prevention and treatment. That's why we're proud to introduce the brand new KBLA Health and Wellness Hub. This online space is built just for you, connecting our community to trusted health resources, culturally relevant care, and even access to diverse clinical trials and emerging therapies. Whether you're looking for information on common conditions, mental health support, or just want to stay on top of your wellness journey, we got you. And the best part, it's all on our website at KBLA1580.com. Accessible, empowering, community-focused. So just go to KBLA1580.com and click on the Health and Wellness Hub icon, because knowledge is power and your health is everything. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
In order for us to find love, a part of us must die.
Ooh,
Or
wait.
anything-
Why do we need to die to find love, or part of us?
Because anything that's not love in us must die.
Oh,
And that's the difference between knowing the path and walking the path, right? So one of the things that we want to teach people in the work that we do is to understand how to manage their energy, right? And how to manage their attention. When you feel love, which is just a word, by the way, and people have their own experience of what that is, you tend to feel more whole. And when you feel more whole, you tend to want less. When you truly feel love, it is very different than being selfish. You're kind of more selfless. And when you're in your heart, you're more prone to give, you're more prone to care, you're more prone to be present, you're more prone to be grateful, you're more prone to be kind. That's the consciousness of that.
Man, you're listening to the voice of reason, and I am absolutely flabbergasted over here. Tonight's topic is a doozy for a lot of reasons. Again, you know how I get down. I'm going to do difficult conversations. I'm going to have difficult conversations. I'm going to push the envelope, right? Because entertainment, social media, trauma porn, we so caught up in so many different types of distractions that we've lost the true meaning of relationship, why we relate, why we connect. And even people that are proponents of this show, like Leroy from Inglewood, Leroy might call in here and say, Zoe, you're too hard on him. He'd be like, Zoe, Zoe, Jesus. Yeah, the whole neighborhood is on fire, Zoe. Yes. Yes. You cannot, you've heard of the saying, nose blind. When you go in your place and you can't tell, it stank. We are fire blind, right? Money is the answer to everything for most of us. Money and recognition, money and validation, right? That's the answer to everything. Money will buy security. Money can get me noticed. That's validation. Let me tell you something about relationships, though. I've been saying it for over 25 years. Relationship is the university of you. We got two people in here who had the Super Bowl of relationships. It's the only relationship that come with rings. They had the Super Bowl of relationships, right? And let me just, I want to get to this before I bring them back in, because I have questions for them. But we put the ceremony, the rings, we put all of that on a pedestal without understanding the internal mechanism of what relationship is about and how it works. Psychology is born out of ancient spirituality. So when you're dealing with Western psychologists and clinicians, they are bound by the scientific method and scientific thought. But many of their principles mirror the principles from ancient times. The great Krishnamurti was born in 1895. He mirrored the Buddha. Many prominent Buddhists, such as the Dalai Lama, see Krishnamurti as a reincarnation of the Buddha and a completion of that movement and that work. So Zoe comes here and says, nah, man, my people, right, are destroyed because of a lack of knowledge. Nah, we play with knowledge. Nah, we got to get serious we got to stop being so serious about the distractions, about the temptations, about trying to be seen and acknowledged by the toxicity of this world and get back to being good people, people who love. You ain't got to be married to love. I'm not saying marriage isn't a good thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't have it. Right? In America, we talked about it. It's the number one indicator of wealth in America. Sure, it's a family business. But tonight we talked about divorce and how divorce can destroy who you thought you were, who you thought the marriage made you out to be. But can it also be a conduit to self-realization, to self-actualization, to what Carl Jung called individuation? Listen, we got a couple, well, an ex-couple, that's on the line tonight, and this happened impromptu. We got Kayla from Alexandria, John's ex-wife, and we got John from Mountain View, Hawaii. Virginia and Hawaii. I mean, they couldn't be further apart. Lord have mercy in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Oh, but they're here, and I am so thankful for the transparency, for the honesty that they're both exhibiting. Let me just say, I'm going to ask John first, then Kayla. Who initiated the divorce?
I want to say by actions, me.
You did.
Again, we always start with what leads to, not the person who just says, I'm done.
Right. No, we're not bottom line in nothing over here. We know everything is a process, and it had to get to where it had to get to, and we don't know all of the steps it took. Now, Kayla, did he serve you papers? Did he bring you papers? And if that was the case, what was your first thought? How did you feel?
You are probably going to fall out of your chair when I say this. No, he did not serve me. He actually completed them, and we actually did them together without attorneys. And we filed them at our local court, and that's how we did it. We did it ourselves.
Wow.
But he completed most of the paperwork. And we stood before the judge, and we still, how long did we live together? Was it 6 months after it was done?
Something like that. Everybody had to get their stuff in order to start their individualizations, not just the the deeper portions of self-work, but the actual foundations of where am I going to rest my head? And that had to be done before any of this had to take place, so we didn't leave each other in the dark. No, she didn't walk away with half of my money, but in most portions, the new car that she had to get was in my name. The place that she had bills to take care of when she didn't have a job, the money was given to me. You're going to live, man. There's two other reasons why.
Right.
So yeah, the it wasn't that she wasn't going to be taken care of. And this too, according to the Bible, she has yet to have a father or a brother or somebody from my family to assume that responsibility for her. It's still my job.
Come on, man.
And Zoe, let me tell you about Mr. Gilbert here. He is still taking care of me in his own way. I mean, and randomly, if he sees something that he thinks I may like, it will show up, and he will do it in the script handwriting that I like. My favorite color is orange, so he will address it in orange Sharpie or a pen or something or another, because he still knows me. Because that's just how he is. And vice versa. If I see something, or if I'm out, if it's something that reminds me of him, that's what we do.
Wow. So let me just say this. Are you telling me that although the divorce happened and whatever, it went about, it had to go down, you guys remained friends? It appears that way. You guys remain friends. You have 2 daughters. Did the daughters factor into the decision to not be resentful or maybe argumentative, or did you guys have some bumpy moments that you had to kind of wade through as well?
Oh yeah, we still have some bumpy moments.
Kayla? Or you got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kayla.
No, go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead, Kayla.
No, go ahead, John. Oh no, we still had some bumpy moments, but the one thing that I will say about our daughters is that the one thing that I asked him to do above all else was to have a relationship with them, but it had to be on their terms. And I'm so very grateful that they each have their own unique relationship with him, and they are in their own journey with him, and he's done that. But yeah, we had some moments.
Well, one of the moments being the report cards that we got from them.
What?
Go ahead. You can have that one. Go ahead.
What, John? You sending out? Man, don't make me throw this phone across the studio. Yeah. Go ahead, John.
No, sir. I'm really letting you in on what took place with these 2 daughters of mine. Again, you're talking about 2 individuals who in their growth and in their own individualization had came to both of us separately and yet whole. I'm like, wait, what? You give me a report card. You review everything over our lives that we brought to you, good and bad, and you still gave us passing grades? Passing grades?
Wait, the kids gave you a report card and it was a passing grade? Is that what you're telling me?
That's the part that I threw my phone at. Yes. Yes.
The kids graded the breakup and y'all still got the passing grade. Come on, kids.
Yes, our children, and I think I told John, I said, our kids said, we love Dad, but what took you so long?
Ooh, wait.
That part.
Whoa.
That part.
Wow.
It's like they knew that there needed to be a separation so that we could all heal.
Wow.
And he needed that. And to see him where he is now, when he came to see you, we were all like, oh, you got to go. You got to go. You're talking about all of us celebrating that he is living his best life.
Wow.
Like you taking a trip? When are you getting out of there? When are you going to go do something for you? You know, and we all celebrate that because it's something that he's not done because he's always sacrificed for us and everybody else. So now it's like, this is your moment. So to hear him be on the podcast, I was so excited. I was taking screenshots and sending links to the YouTube and like, oh, listen, John is on the podcast. Like, y'all got to hear this. You got to see this.
Wow.
You know, to see him just be in his element and be confident in the man that I know that he can be and is still evolving to become. Because the person that I divorced was not the one that I married.
Yes.
And so that is where I think a lot of people sometimes miss is that you should not, obviously not be the same person you were when you first get married. You're supposed to change. But to be able to know when it switches. I don't know if that makes sense, but there are so many layers to when you evolve. And it can be quite challenging. And when you're not sure how to navigate that, that's when you were saying that you're dying.
Right.
And it was a slow death, and it was very painful. And I can remember I would call him and be like, you know, I miss the small details of being married. I remember the first time I had to go put gas in the car, and I had to learn how to do the maintenance. And it was like, I don't like this, but this is the consequence of being single now. I don't like it. But this is what I got to do.
That's the opportunity cost. We chose divorce. The opportunity cost is I'm not going to have somebody to take care of the little things, the things that I didn't pay attention to. Oh, this is beautiful. But the fact that you matured through that. And
he got cash in his pocket. So I'm excited for him. So that's always good.
And then the daughters are observing and watching all of this go down as well, right?
Yes.
Man.
Of course, sir. Of course.
But do you see the beauty in that, though?
Oh, yeah, because they'll call and be like, you know, especially when what was it, John, when you were out with him and they were like, who was that? And they was like, that's my daddy. Don't be looking at him like that. They are very protective. Like, don't get it twisted.
Don't go nowhere, man. Hey, listen, don't go anywhere. John and Kayla, divorcees. Listen, we got a divorced couple on, and they are giving us the blueprint of how to do it right. Oh, my goodness. When we come forward, the voice of reason is on complete fire tonight.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the final days of Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale. Up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Ends Monday. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve Black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from Black black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Loss Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of black land loss before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic Black Narrative Archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandloss.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Today's topic is when separation becomes mercy, divorce without distraction. Sometimes, no matter how sincere the effort, no matter how many stitches are sewn, no matter how much dua is whispered in the night, the garment remains torn. It is neither soft nor safe. It does not warm. It does not protect. It becomes heavy, suffocating, and painful to wear. You see, let us also acknowledge this truth. Not all garments are meant to last a lifetime. Sometimes the damage is too deep. Sometimes the fit was never right. Sometimes the fabric is suffocating, not comforting. And Allah in His mercy allowed for divorce, not as a punishment, but as a release. Allah says, فَإِمْسَاكُمْ بِمَعْرُوفٍ أَوْ تَصْرِيحٌ بِإِحْسَانٍ. So keep your spouse in kindness or release them with grace. Surah Al-Baqarah chapter 2 verse 229.
Ooh, hey, Abdul Fattah Adiyemi. He's on fire. He was cooking. I loved everything he said. Sometimes divorce is a release. Right? Sometimes divorce is a fire that purifies the lies you had to tell yourself to stay in a situation that was unhealthy. Oh, man, we cooking tonight. I want to get my final thoughts from John and Kayla. Wow, this was a journey. This conversation was a journey. I just want to say to both of you, I know that not everybody's divorce will end up like yours did, right? You guys are truly blessed. God has a protection and a covering over you guys for sure, and your children. I know a lot of people struggle when breaking up. Breaking up leads to resentment and contempt and just this bitterness. And the fact that you both are here, man, it makes me believe in humanity. Like, seeing all the mess I see on a daily basis, man, sometimes you can look at it and be like, man, how long is humanity gonna hang out? When is the extinction button gonna happen? But hearing your story and see your ex-wife is like cheering and rooting you on and bigging you up to your daughters and appreciative. And then the flip side is you're the same way towards her. Like, I watched her grow and evolve. And let me just say, man, I don't want to say it, but should I say it? I don't want to say it. But I want to say it. I'm going to ask your ex-wife, can I say it, Kayla? Can I say it? Lord, I want to say it, but I just need permission to say it. Kayla, can I say it or no?
Mr. Zoe, please be free. I think you said this is a transparent, judgment-free.
Yes, yes.
This is your platform, sir. I'm just simply a guest.
Okay.
So,
would you guys ever reconsider? Maybe not marriage, but coming back together. I mean, you're already a family, but coming back together, maybe? It was just so much love on the phone, I had to ask. I'm sorry.
Sir, this is not only happened, but there are many days to come. We still have 2 report cards to get grades from.
I love y'all, man. Listen, you have restored and renewed my hope, man. This is beautiful, bruh. This is beautiful, sister. Man, hug them kids for me. I appreciate you guys. Now, Kayla, do you know the rules?
What are the rules, sir?
All right. Kayla, guess what you just did?
What did I just do,
Oh,
sir?
she don't know the rules. John, tell her the
You
rules.
don't know the rules.
Tell her the rules, John.
The rules are you are supposed to represent where you're from. As he asked you the question, what did you just do? I have brought my city in the building.
Oh.
Kayla, what did you just do?
I brought my city in the building, Alexandria, Virginia.
There we go. Hey, John. Okay, Andy said one more time. She got to do it one more time. She messed up. Okay. Kayla, what did you just do?
I brought my city in the building, Alexandria, Virginia.
We'll take it. Hey, John, guess what you just did, brother?
Mountain View is definitely in the house. The lava's still flowing. The hurricane is passing by. Blessings to all.
Yes, sir. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580, the voice of reason. Ain't nothing like it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is endorsing former Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa for California governor.
We have always believed that the way you bring about change is you do it together. You build coalitions because our issues and our problems are similar.
She says their 52-year friendship and history working together drive her support, even as a crowded field of Democrats enters the race. Singer Miguel revealed he's a father now, sharing a video with his 1-year-old child whose face was blurred. The child's mother, fashion figure Margaret Zhang, directed the video but did not appear in it. And Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley is pressing Fed Chair Jerome Powell to act on rising black unemployment, especially among black women. Since February, 319,000 fewer black women are employed, pushing their jobless rate up 1.3%. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
The Los Angeles Public Library offers free services for the whole family. With a library card, you can borrow movies and books for free. Visit lapl.org. That's lapl.org.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black. Follow the leader. Following the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
So many things, big and little, make you uniquely you. Your hobbies, dreams, career, family, and more. Addiction to drugs, including opioids and stimulants, can strip these away from you. Recover your life. Choose treatment for drug addiction and get back to what matters most. Find a provider and proven treatment option that's right for you at choosechangeca.org. Recover you.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Toast an MC just like an English muffin. Don't worry about a thing because the poop was never bluffing. I catch headaches from the whack, so then I take a buffin' and I max. I wait until the opportune time and then I tax. But should I max? Now they say sinning is for sinners, so I guess I'm not a sinner. Beginners for beginners, so I guess I'm no beginner. This is how I spark it, puts loot in my pocket. When it comes to having pleasure, I get hard as a rocket. MC Grand Poo coming through all the residue. The songs are main concentrating back to the bottom.
Now, why marry? According to EFI, like what's the purpose? So we have four different reasons here. The first is procreation, and this is the most important where EFI is concerned. There is a very big focus on children in this tradition and bringing forth children. And the reason why is because as we have children, we make a way for our returned ancestors, right? If our bloodlines die out, if our lineages die out, that makes it, it creates less options for the ancestors to come back through. And it's a mandate given by Ifa that we should procreate, be fruitful and multiply. So yes, that's why, one of the reasons. Another reason is companionship. Husband and wife become permanent friends and supporters for one another. Now, I know in our culture, it's very common for people to live alone. Single women are living alone, single men are living alone. And, of course, you have people who have children, and there are couples, but there's a very individualistic focus here in the United States. And that's not really what Ifa wants for us. Ifa wants companionship for us. We're supposed to be together in family units and helping one another. Another reason why...
Man, if this ain't the most perfect clip after John and Kayla, if this ain't the most perfect clip, the clip is called The Divine Mind 444 Video. That's the name of the channel, The Divine Mind 444. Title of the video, My Orisha Journey. What Ifa says about marriage. Man, that was perfect, especially after them. I haven't heard any of these clips, and we're going to pull clips from every culture. This is a cultural anthropological show, man. We're gonna bring in everything. Nothing's off limits. Tonight's topic has been a doozy. Does divorce lead to the death of your ego? When the marriage dies, who are you without your matrimonial mask? The mask you had to wear while you were married. Here we go. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Joseph from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yo.
What up, good sir?
Hey, everything good, man. How you holding up today?
Man, I'm alive and well. Now, this is your first time calling, so you know there's no profanity on the radio. So,
Yeah,
what
we
are
know
your
the
thoughts, brother? What are your thoughts on
Yo,
tonight's topic?
Hey, look, man. It showed me where I got a little bit more growth and development. Like, to on my own journey here, I wish that I could have that level of respect and communication and togetherness post matrimony. You understand? Like mine wasn't nothing like that. I'm out here moving around in the country, and I pulled over. I was like, I got to touch the offering plate in the tip jar one time because that was an exceptional exchange, bro. And man, maybe in time, my communication with my daughter's mother, my ex-wife, could be restored. We'll see. We all got our own journey, and I'm gonna just keep walking it and living it and stay tuned in, bro.
Well,
Yeah,
well, let's
so
do
that's
this,
what I got.
Joseph. Let's do this,
Yes,
Joseph.
sir.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Listen, bruh. We fam. When you call into the Voice of Reason, man, you family for sure. Cause
Yeah.
I know you've been listening for a while. Am I right?
Mhm.
All right then.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
So-
man. We go way back. Yeah,
That's
come
what
on.
I'm saying. So my
Yeah.
thought process, just to ask this question, what are the 3 things you need to work on that you bring to the table that are negative, that prevent you and your ex from actually talking and having a real conversation that's respectful and productive? Is there anything that you do? Can you name the 3 things that you might think, man, like, gosh, I need to stop doing this. I need to stop doing that. What is it, if anything at all?
You know, like the hairs is standing up on both of my arms right now because you being borderline intrusive to my own benefit, though, right?
I know, because it's
like
love.
That. Ain't nobody.
You know
what
it's
I mean?
love.
Like, yo. Like,
Joseph,
yo,
it's
like,
love. Come on.
I could acknowledge to her, like I've acknowledged, to myself or what have you, and then maybe to some other, in some other relationships post the marriage, like, yo, I did this, that, and the third wrong, but I ain't have, like, yo, man, I stepped out, she just, when she asked, I denied it because I wasn't doing nothing at the time. So I was comfortable with saying, no, that ain't it, but it was some hurt, off up in there, coming out of there, and it was difficult, challenging to discuss, and quite frankly, bro, I'm scared to open it up again. You know what I'm saying? To open up the conversation.
Right.
I'm nervous.
Right.
I'm nervous about that, but I could acknowledge that there were some critical and pivotal moments where I did not side with my wife, bro. You know what I mean? And I understand that, like, yo, bro, like, that didn't bring us closer. It didn't break us immediately, but boy, was it a crack, though. Yeah.
Let me
Now
say
you're
something,
taking on
man.
water.
Let me tell you something right now. You've already up-leveled. You're on a nationally syndicated radio show, bro. And you talking.
Ooh-wee.
Do you know how
Yeah.
difficult that is to do? Man,
Yes.
that's manhood. You owning your
Bruh.
stuff. And I'm telling you right now, listen, man, this is just the beginning. I would encourage you to find, and listen to what I'm about to tell you.
Yes, sir.
I would encourage you to find a therapist that's a sister, that's spiritual, not religious, and man, sit down with her and work out a plan on how to reapproach your ex, your wife.
Hey, Zoe.
Yeah.
I got one.
I bet you.
got one
Come on.
in the pocket. You understand? We done some of this, and you've already contributed. You don't know me personally, but I feel like, part of the family because there was a time that I would tune in. You know what I'm saying? I done seen you grow and evolve and then move from one studio to the next and another one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, bro, you a part of it. Sorry about the yeah.
No, you
happened,
good,
bro.
brother. You good, Joseph.
Yeah,
you good.
but yeah, man, you started it, and you helped to plant and nurture some of these seeds, man. I just ain't been on that part because the digging and the exploring, it got difficult, bro.
Yeah, of
It
course.
got difficult, and I just slowed down and was like, yo, bro, I'm about to intentionally tread water. And my focus got real simple. I want to live another day. I want to eat food today. I want to put gas in my car. It sounds simple, but
No,
like,
I hear
yeah,
you.
man, I've been some places, bro, and I'm
But-
grateful to still be here standing. You know
But
what I'm saying?
Joseph, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Real healing, sometimes it hurts.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta face it down. You gotta face that pain. You gotta embrace it. And if you want to make things right, you got to do what's right at the cost of what's right. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Joseph, I love you, man. Guess what you just did, fam?
Hey, I brought Pittsburgh. I brought the earth in the building.
Come
You know what I'm
on,
saying?
Pittsburgh, black and yellow up in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason has been on complete fire tonight.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the final days of Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale. Up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Ends Monday. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
When I work with survivors in my practice, and when I speak to them in a subscription, like a sort of healing program I've got that people come every month, The one thing I say is you got a way to beat. The temptation is I'm going to throw myself into a new relationship as a palate cleanser. I'm like, you know what, sit with that dirty palate for a minute because you need to do this work in you. Because I think the challenge is that when people get into narcissistic relationships or antagonistic or toxic relationships, they don't know what they're dealing with, or they're replicating cycles from earlier in their life, right? Or both. Right. And so what happens is that it's if you pivot too quickly, you don't get a chance to sort of know you. A narcissistic relationship does such a number on you. You have now been living in someone else's reality, right? If people forget, like, do I like pepperoni pizza? Or do I enjoy this TV show? Or what temperature do I want the house at? Like, you literally lose sight of your own subjective sense of who you are. You lose sense of reality and your own perception of things. You just lose it all because you literally have been living in psychological servitude to this other person. So I tell people,
man, Dr. Romani is always cooking with the rarest grease. That's her on Lewis Howe's show. And, she was cooking. Listen, tonight's topic was a thing of beauty. We had no idea that an actual divorced couple was going to call in and kind of share their journey. I asked the question, can divorce be a type of trigger for self-realization? Dr. Romani in the clip with Lewis House is basically saying, simply saying, what? You become someone else when you're in a toxic relationship. If you're producing the toxicity, the you that's producing the toxicity in the relationship is really not the higher you, it's the lower, hurt, egoic you. And oftentimes divorce, which is the loss of something you tried to control or something you tried to manage or whatever you did, triggers the death of that character. Sometimes, not all the time. Divorce as ego annihilation. When the marriage dies, who are you without your mask? Your psychological insight here. According to Carl Jung, individuation demands ego death. Divorce strips away the persona you curated for the relationship to survive. Your philosophical or spiritual insight. St. John of the Cross, Dark Night. The absence of illusion is initiation into truth. I'm calling you out tonight. There's so many people who lack the level of truth that was exhibited by John and Kayla, and that's after divorce. They were in their truth. They talked about the mess they created, the mess they brought to the table. It's so many of you that are married right now that are behind the damn mask. Those two people showed more truth in divorce than many people show in matrimony. Am I anti-black because I'm calling it out? Huh? I'm asking a question. Your clinical and empirical insight here. EMDR frames divorce as bilateral stimulation of the psyche, forcing integration of past trauma with present rupture. Your cultural insight. Our culture pathologizes divorce because it destabilizes identity scripts tied to productivity and belonging. Yes, divorce can be a type of ego death, but is that such a bad thing? What about the failed escape plan? Is divorce just a symptom of unhealed childhood wounds? Your psychological insight. Attachment theory reveals we often unconsciously marry our unresolved wounds. Divorce reopens them. philosophical spiritual insight. Buddhism teaches that clinging to partners as saviors is samsaric entrapment, not liberation. Let me tell you what samsaric or samsaric entrapment is. Samsara, right, is the Sanskrit word for this endless wheel of time. The wheel of samsara, the samsaric entrapment. Let me tell you what that is. It's a karmic reenactment. Samsara means the wheel of time, the birth, life, and death. So Buddhism teaches that clinging to partners as saviors is samsara. It is a reenactment, thus an entrapment, thus an attachment, thus not liberation. Your clinical and empirical insight. Trauma bonding research, according to Ross Rosenberg, Babette Rothschild, Patrick Carnes, shows love often conceals addiction to pain. Your cultural insight, Western marriage normalizes outsourcing emotional labor, creating dependency structures which are ultimately doomed to collapse. Divorce as crucifixion. Why the end of union is the true gospel of resurrection. Your psychological insight. Individuation requires confronting the shadow, rage, shame, blame that is projected out onto your ex, right? Individuation requires that you confront that instead of projecting it, right? Ask the question again. If you're not individuated, if you're not on the individuation path, individuation is a spectrum. Nobody is fully individuated. But if you're not on the individuation path, how successful will your marriage really be? Your philosophical and spiritual insight here. Christianity's crucifixion/resurrection archetype mirrors marital death and psychic rebirth. Your clinical and empirical insight on this is research shows divorce. Yeah, man, this is heavy. Research shows divorce grief activates neural pathways identical to bereavement. Right? Gosh, it's really a death. The death of what, though? It could be the death of you. You still can choose this. Or it could be the death of the things you brought to the table that made the marriage unstable. Listen, I start the conversations. It's up to you to finish them. I'm the voice of reason. Guess who'll be back tomorrow with yet another slapper? It's not going to end until Thursday. I'll holla.
Are you feeling down and lonely? Feeling like you can't go on?
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood.